The mortuary assistant follows Rebecca Owens, a recent mortuary science graduate who takes a night job at the isolated Riverfields mortuary. What starts as a routine, if grim, position, embalming bodies quickly spirals into something far more sinister as Rebecca faces terrifying supernatural forces that turn her quiet night shift into a nightmare. While I haven't played the original horror game, I've heard from plenty of people that it delivers on the scares and is generally intense. It's a genuinely intense video game. Unfortunately, that same level of fear doesn't quite translate to the film's adaptation. Instead of building sustained dread that was in the game, the movie throws too much at the screen at once, multiple story threads, including visions, possessions, and twists that eventually just become confusing rather than chilling or scary. The momentum gets lost in the chaos and the supernatural elements start to blur together. Visually, the film has a very washed out, desaturated color palette that actually works in the darker, more atmospheric scenes inside the mortuary where most of the film takes place, giving it a cold, clinical unease. But that same look feels completely out of place during the brighter daytime scenes, which thankfully isn't a lot of daytime scenes in the movie. On a positive note, the acting is fairly decent overall, especially from the lead who carries most of the film on his shoulders. There's also a creepy looking villain that in the film that leaves an impression, and the gore effects are surprisingly strong, practical, nasty, and effectively gruesome. When they hit in the end, the mortuary assistant has some solid practical horror elements and effects and a decent central performance, but the cluttered plotting and inconsistent atmosphere hold it back. It's a middling horror flick that feels like it had potential but got lost somewhere between the embalming table and the final cut. Sorry, it's just my phone's just. I just received a call. Sorry about that, but so my review for this movie is 2.5 out of 5. I'll say it's an okay one time watch, but overall I was pretty disappointed with this movie. But as I said, it's never boring. It's just there's just too much going on, and you're not invested in the movie as you would hope. And also, I was expecting this movie to be somewhat scary, as I heard that the video games were, but for some reason, I didn't find this movie scary at all, which was a bit disappointing. But again, it's not a boring movie, just not a very good one.